Hi everyone, it's us again. Once again, I'm Edo, and across the table, or next to me, is my mortal enemy.
HuMei?
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, HuMei?
Yes. Okay then, what happened is that, we are back, so to speak here. We are back in Indianapolis, Indiana for yet another fun-filled excursion for...
Gen Con!
Yes, very good here. So, Gen Con 2019 here. So we are having fun, I guess. Coming out here, we are out here actually for a longer time now. Last year, if you remember, you can actually probably see our last video here, is that we drove down on a Friday, went shopping on a Saturday, took a look at some stuff, then we rode back on a Sunday, so we had like one day. Now we are actually here for 4 days. So going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We drove yesterday, and it was along with breaks to stop and gas up and everything, took 10 and a half hours. So from southern PA / upper Maryland, the tri-state area, and I thought we made better time than last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we left at about 6 o'clock in the morning last year. We made it here like 6 or 7 o'clock.
It definitely felt faster.
And when did we get here? Like 4:30
Yeah.
on Wednesday evening. So we drove out. We got a hotel in the same place that we were actually staying in last year. And of course, Family Time Games is across the major roadway. Was it Michigan Avenue? Michigan Avenue, Michigan Road, one of those two there. Yeah, this place has like 2 floors, kind of thing like that. So we were actually on the 2nd floor, and we noted to ourselves, we need to get something on the 1st floor next year, because if we're going to be lugging stuff in, you don't want to lug it up and down the stairs. So yeah, we got in last night around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I think we got some. Did we get something to eat? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I think we just went on over to Family Time Games. Just say, hey, we're here, and they're like, oh, you're back, kind of thing like that. Yeah. One of the things we found out is that Family Time Games was not running their shuttle bus that they did last year, and they said, well, you're gonna have to go downtown to park.
But I should say, no complaints on that. There apparently wasn't enough people to justify it this year, and I get that.
Yeah, and last year they suggested not going downtown and get parking because there was a lot of construction going on that time. But there's actually construction going on now. If you were southwest of Indianapolis, between the airport and the convention center, yeah, you are a little bit SOL, because they are working on the roads there. And they started it last Friday. And when does construction end?
The day after Gen Con.
Day after Gen Con at 6 a.m. So that's just a little bit of griping. Where we're staying, we're in like the north end of town, so there was no real problems. They suggested that, we go drive downtown. One of the proprietors suggested, hey, go to Union Station, and we have GPS, went down there. No real problem. It cost, what did we pay? $14 for the entire day. We got in at 7:30 or something like that. And we left at roughly 7:30, so we spent 12 hours there, and it cost $14. And it wasn't too far. It was about a 5 to 8 minute walk from Union Station parking garage to the convention center.
Right.
Okay. So we'll probably give a little more tidbits when it comes to that during the duration of the video. But hey, we started Family Time Games, and as usual, we went in there and did a little bit of shopping, kind of thing like that. What did you pick up, HuMei?
For one of our friends back home, I picked up the Harry Potter Miniatures Adventure game, Dumbledore's Army Pack. She's got a real thing for Jenny. That's her favorite character in the books and whatnot. So Jenny Weasley's in there.
But who else comes in that pack there?
Luna Lovegood and Cho Chang. So she'll be happy to have those.
Yeah, there is supposedly a miniatures game. They didn't have any starter packs over at Family Time Games, and we can talk a little bit later on about what we were looking for when we went shopping and everything like that. But anyway, you pick up that, and I saw this Star Wars Japanese trading card game that was there. I could have sworn this was a different game, but it's actually Vice Sports by Bushiroad. Pretty sure it's by Bushiroad here, but it says the Disney logo up on the top. Anyway, and I was really, really surprised that they actually had this kind of setting, because normally it's anime type of stuff, but I haven't opened it up yet. I was just like, or whatever it is there. And then I pick up the Labyrinths of Lunacy, a scenario pack for Arkmore, the card game. I've been trying to collect them just to collect them, to play them eventually at one point. But I have only played Arkmore, the card game, like once or twice, but I got a bunch of the expansions here. And just and if any of you are fans of any of the Arkham Horror, Lovecraftian type of stuff, you know that people go insane quite quickly. So it's kind of a downer when you don't get to finish what you really need to finish here. So what we did was that then I think we got something to eat and went to bed, something like that anyway. And we got up at 6 a.m. to hit that parking garage, and then we went. Oh no! The first thing we said, we're gonna go into the dealer's room. So we went out there and we scouted out where we're gonna be going first, and then we camped out there. There was already like 150 people waiting in front of that exhibit hall door, and those opened up at 10.
And by the time it was done, you couldn't see 10 feet past you from lines in the way. I mean, it was just packed all the way through there.
So they did a little announcement there. The mayor read a little proclamation and whatnot. It was something really nice, and of course I'll have to get the individual's name. There's a kid there from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I forgot what his name was. Was it a Matthew, something like that? I'll try and find it out and put it at the bottom of the screen there. But his wish was to go to Gen Con. And, well, he got to go to Gen Con. And I guess he was around. I don't know. We didn't run into him or anything like that.
But had a bunch of people getting gifts for him and whatnot. And they were treating him good. At least that's the way it sounded.
And what was really sort of heartfelt was the mayor decided to proclaim today as basically his name. I think it was Matthew something other. So
it's not today. It's tomorrow, because tomorrow is also his birthday.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and tomorrow is his birthday. So he got it was like a double present coming to Gen Con, and he got officially a day named for him, which was really nice. And everyone was very proud of that. All the gamers alike giving him a huge round of applause. So it was very, very nice.
Let's not forget we sang happy birthday to him.
Oh, yeah.
65,000 people is what's supposed to be there. That many people singing it.
I don't think there's 65,000 there, but there had to have been good, probably 5,000 to 8,000 people in that hall there.
Well, the part we could see.
Hey, you look back there, and maybe I can get a picture or two from HuMei, and I think I took one. But yes, you look back there, and there was a literal ocean of people in that main corridor to go into exhibit halls, and of course they did the "Do not run, do not run." What are we not going to do? Run, kind of thing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our stuff together here, and we're going to give you a sort of a sneak peek. We're going to tell you what we bought, basically, kind of like our last video here. So if you just give us a moment, we'll go down the list of what we actually got here. Okay, the very first one we wanted to stop at was Kingdom Death, actually, and I talked to HuMei into doing this. We waited right outside of that exhibit hall door, for, what was it? We got there like 7:30, and we were there for about, 2? Anyway, we spent about an hour and a half or so. We got to talk to another gentleman who was also going to Kingdom Death, along with another gentleman who was a proprietor for a store in Ohio, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so you have to understand, these doors open up at 10 a.m. I want you to keep that in mind here. So what happened, we said, okay, when these doors open, we're going to make a beeline straight for Kingdom Death.
Yep.
We made a beeline for Kingdom Death. And I guarantee you, it was not 5 minutes into that. The line stretched back to, what do they say in A Christmas Story? Oh yeah, stretched back to Terre Haute, Indiana. And so there were a lot of people there. So we were fortunate enough to get something up close here. We only spent about an hour in line. And what happened was that, I went there to get a couple of things. I heard this thing, Vignettes of Death, popped up here, the White Giga Lion. I don't know exactly what it is, but I heard, hey, there's a new monster out there. So I said, okay, I'll go ahead and pick it up. And then the other expansion I got was the Dung Beetle Knight, which is another thing that's partners with a Flower Knight kind of thing like that. So if you're into Kingdom Death, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm sorry. And then the main thing that I really, really wanted to get, and I kept looking at the website for it for multiple times, was the Ringtail Vixen. It's a cat girl type of thing. I always thought it was a very, very adorable figure. I got two of them. Someone at the store might actually like it here, and also HuMei picked up one of them. He also waited in line with me, much to his detriment. So what happened was that when I was checking out, Adam Poots, the designer of the game, was there at the end of the line. There's, hey, can I get a picture with you? He said, sure. So HuMei took a picture of me here. What I'll do is I'll put it up on the screen and whatnot. He was very gracious enough to take the picture and whatnot. Seemed to be kind of a soft-spoken guy. You see some of the videos on YouTube kind of like that, but very grateful that I got to take a picture with him, which is really, really interesting there. And I think that sort of did our Kingdom Death excursion, right? I think.
Yeah,
possibly.
pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay then, sort of this particular time, we sort of broke company for a little bit, just to, I had a couple of items that I wanted to get, or we had some stuff that we wanted to look up, and we got a request from Tony, was it?
Yeah.
For you to go to Chip Theory to pick up something, a game called like Too Many Bones or whatnot. So HuMei waited in line, I went around here, and he got the, oh my, I did not realize the box was that big.
Lift it.
Oh dear. It's like 15 pounds. I don't know how. I don't know what's in it.
It's a dice RPG. Most of that weight, I understand, is dice. We love dice. We'll make Tony very, very happy.
Yeah. And then what was the other thing there?
And I got him an expansion. One of the other customers, I guess, was telling me that this, the Age of Tyranny is, it takes, the Too Many Bones is done up as each thing's just an individual own game. This lets you put them together as a campaign to where you can have your character gain experience and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, and those are the only two. Is that what the only two things that you really grabbed there? Whatnot?
Yeah, that's all I got. But the Tyranny, like I said, something. When I heard about it, I was like, I gotta get that for Tony. Just he won't be expecting that.
Okay. Because we did a lot of shopping
Yep.
for people who said, "Hey, can you go get this?"
Yep.
And that's sort of what we really did. We said, "Okay, we have some places that we want to go, but some places that other people wanted to send us." So that's what we pretty much did.
Oh, we don't want to go on that. My funny part about it is, I'm into Star Wars Legion. The one thing I would have went for, because I play Rebels, is the Rebel Veterans and the Tauntauns. They came out this weekend.
Yeah, and they're here, but they're also at the store right now here.
And I went to buy from my local game store on that one, but I was trying to buy for other people.
So, so while HuMei was at Chip Theory, I went out and I looked around at the various places. Oh my God, there were lots of people there. There were lots of people there, and a couple of places that I went here, and pardon me while I'm looking at this little script we did. I went over to Night Models. Night Models is HuMei introduced the Dumbledore Army. That's part of that Harry Potter game. When Night Models puts out that game, I went on over there. It didn't seem like the stall had anything to actually sell. They did have a couple of pictures of stuff that you could get in, and it has some really nice done-up models of painted Dumbledore and he who shall not be named because I can't remember his name.
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Yeah.
Or Tom Riddle.
Yeah. Old Voldemort, more like it here. I went there, but then when I said, okay, it didn't seem like there. I went over to Cubicle 7 Games, which they originally did the Lone Wolf RPG, and I don't know if they're doing it anymore because I didn't see any stuff from it. But they did have a lot of Warhammer fantasy roleplay stuff out. But there were a lot of people there, so I sort of went, I went over to the Jasco just to see if they had any stuff for the Street Fighter Miniatures game that was kickstarted that should be coming out probably sometime either late this year or the next year. One of them I did back the Street Fighter Kickstarter, but I didn't get to see if there were any there, but I did spend a lot of time there. I wanted to go to the R. Talsorian booth as well, and this is still while HuMei's in line at Chip Theory, basically. So I went over to R. Talsorian Games, maybe something about the Cyberpunk, the new edition kind of thing. They had a starter kit, basically. As you can see that a lot of role-playing games nowadays have, Shadowrun, quick start guide, and all those things. They seem to have had that, but there were a lot of people in line too. I was like, and then about that particular time, I went around to the Fantasy Flight Games booth, and oh my God, there were a huge number of people there. And Paizo, I could see on over there, Paizo had more people than the Fantasy Flight Games line, and it was just an absolute madhouse. And I'm going, we'll come back later. And this was about the time that HuMei was finished. He said, I'm finished at Chip Theory. And you went over to the upper deck booth, and there was that James Bond car there or something.
Yes. The interior wasn't there, but the outside looked really nice.
Yeah.
It was actually a beautifully done mock-up. And I had to go around and get pictures of all sides.
Yeah, and one picture of me trying to get into the car. This is all generally you say don't touch, but I'm like almost touching it. Yes. Okay, so maybe I can grab that picture from him and I'll put it up on
I'll
the
send
screen
you all
there,
of them. Yeah.
kind of thing there. So that is sort of the excursion of, well, I'll go do a couple of other miscellaneous items that we try to take a look at, and then some other stuff that we bought. went by USAopoly. I stopped very briefly. There was a long line. I said, hey, we're going to have to come back to that a little bit later. We will, because we did stop there. I stopped by Ares Games just to see if they had the old stuff for Battlestar Galactica, but it did not seem like they had that. And what's they have Wings of War. It's an airplane type of miniatures game. They had those. I was like, eh. And Cool Mini or not, we didn't really stop there or anything like that. But there is some things that there are a couple of demos that we could actually go for or whatnot. We'll possibly do it over the next couple of days. So I think that's sort of the, in the interim of what we did on our own radio, but we didn't get to stop at a particular bookstore. So let us get ready with that stuff here. Okay, I was sort of just hanging around looking at one of the particular RPG booksellers that basically from my childhood and everything like that started playing the variety of different games they offer back in high school. No, earlier than that, I'm sorry. Way back, earlier than that, probably junior high school, and I started with the Robotech RPG. And of course, we're talking about the Palladium Books. They've been making RPGs for the longest time and everything like that. I was there and scouting a little bit, just seeing some books I could use to fill my collection, and HuMei sent me a text saying, hey, look, I'm done with Chip Theory, so I'm going to be on that way. Met up a little bit, and as I was sort of looking there, the president and main writer, Kevin, and I never can pronounce his last name correctly, I believe it's Simbida. So don't shoot me if I'm incorrect on that. But he said, hey guys, how you doing and whatnot? And I said, I have words with you, sir. He said, uh-oh, what did I do? And I said, well, no, just want to thank you for being part of my childhood. And we did all that kind of stuff. Like, well, that's great to hear.
I didn't realize he's walking up behind something you did either.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, so what we did was I picked up a couple of books for things in my collection. So I got like an old TMNT guide there. It's still wrapped. Nightbane, Shadows of Light. They originally did a minor reprinting for the holidays, but they had a couple left on over, so they decided to sell them at Gen Con. There's Mutants in Orbit. Then for Creatures of Chaos, for Rifts, and we did their newest book here, the Rifts Bestiary. It has a lot of new stuff, creatures, all that kind of stuff for Rifts and their entire line. If you want to throw that into their other particular games, and Kevin was nice enough to sign basically everything. Yeah. And HuMei was like, oh, I gotta go get a book, and he got that one.
Well, I've got a bunch of the Rift stuff as well, but my collection is not near what yours is. But Rifts is a game I've never actually played, but I've known about it for years, and it's one of those that
eventually we'll get to it.
Yeah, and so and the other stuff I've got has all been signed.
Yes, because what happened is that a while ago I got HuMei some stuff for Christmas. Palladium Books does a Christmas grab bag every year, and they said, what do you want? I said, well, if I can get the sort of the Rift suite for my friend, that'd be great. And of course they sent it, and during the Christmas grab bag season, you can say, hey, I could like to get this stuff signed, and so they'll send you the stuff signed. And not only that, what I did was I got some older books that I had. I decided, well, if they're going to be there, might as well try to get it signed. The old Robotech RPG, the Macross 2 RPG, and then Kevin was kind of surprised that I was like, oh wow, holy moly. You saw it's an old edition of the Palladium Fantasy RPG, which is not compatible with the new stuff anymore because, of course, they have a revised edition now. But I was got the GM screen and decided to sign it on the bottom, which was pretty nice. I was grateful to him here, and I think that pretty much does it for stuff that we were really, really buying. And I think the rest of it that you'll see here in our little miscellaneous section is things that we just looked around at and sort of grabbed a hold of. So we'll go on to the next section here. So just a moment. Okay, well, I mean, I said it was a miscellaneous section, but something I forgot that we actually both went into again as well. That's actually FFG. We went there when the line was far more tolerable, and we watched the Fantasy Flight in Flight. Was it the status report?
Right.
The previous evening. It was on Twitch. We were just sitting in here. Yeah, we did get something to eat, and we were eating while we were watching that. So they have the new Keyforge set coming out, and of course they also, before that, they did their overview of the new Legion stuff and X-Wing stuff. So what did you pick up there? You wanted Legion stuff.
Yeah, one of my friends is big into Legion just like I am, but he wanted the Shore Troopers. I offered to get him the dewbacks, but he didn't seem to be interested in those. But none of the guys were like, so okay. But there you go. I ain't gonna say his name, but you gotta wait till I get home to get it though.
The other thing that was we were going to be jumping in line is that, and once again, I'm not big into Legion or anything like that. HuMei is. So think, well, they were saying that they were going to have the new starter box set with, what is it,
The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars with the Clone Troopers, and what was it, the Trade Federation droid? No, not
the droids.
Separatist droids. Is what it is. That like that, but apparently he asked and said, well, no, it's not here.
Well, what I found out was very limited run, and they didn't even have it in this morning. But very limited. It's going to be one of those, like, I don't know. They didn't give me a number, but I'm going to say, just throw it out there, say 100 people. I don't know how many it's going to be. There are going to be very few. Get in there, get them quick, and get out.
Yeah. So
I doubt I'm going to get it. I doubt I'll be able to.
Well, we're going to try because tomorrow when we go in for Friday, the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be camping out outside the doors that go into the exhibit hall where FFG is going to be. So if we can get in there and they have it, we'll be able to get a hold of it. So I'll go in there, and of course I'll if they limit the copies, of course I'll pick up a copy to give whoever needs it, whatever it may be. But if there's no real limit or anything like that, what do you say? You're going to pick up 2, and then I'll pick up 1,
I would like to pick up 2 because we got 2 people that are very interested, and like I say, I do Rebels, so I could care less about that one. But to take care of my friends, yep.
Yeah. So what I picked up, I just picked up 2 little things. I don't generally play Keyforge. The concept is interesting, but maybe it's just I haven't found a mechanic or something like that I really like about the game. It's not a collectible card game, it's a collectible deck game. So, and I'm not putting it down or anything like that. There's just something that hasn't so far appealed to me just yet. But what it is, GameGenic is actually doing official Keyforge supplies here. And I got 2 of these mini deck books. They came in red, blue, and black. What happens when you actually put your deck in there, it actually has holes where you can see the name of the
deck.
The name of the deck, basically, and also the 3 factions that are in that particular deck. They also have a larger deck box that you can fit like 5 decks in, I think sleeved actually, which is actually kind of nice. And but I didn't pick that up. I decided to pick these up, because someone probably at the store would probably like it, kind of thing like that. And that was sort of the FFG sort of jaunt and whatnot. Kind of disappointed we couldn't get the Clone Wars stuff for you, but we're going to try again for tomorrow.
And if we don't, it can wait till it comes in. I'm not that...
Yeah. So, well, and of course, that was that. So, now we will really go on to the miscellaneous section here. So, just a moment. Okay, then everyone, this is going to be the miscellaneous section, kind of the stuff that we're just walking around, or sort of fills in kind of the gaps that we were trying to, just while we're walking around various things that we're doing, we just picked up some stuff. There's one last thing that we did have a request for, and that was, we stopped at, was it USAopoly?
USAopoly,
okay,
yep.
So what is it, sir?
Okay, this is for, again, the young lady that's talking about the big into Harry Potter. She's big into Hogwarts battles, so we got her the Defense Against Dark Arts. It's its own standalone game, but as I understand, it's also
it's a standalone game.
It's an expansion for the Hogwarts battles.
Oh,
so yeah.
It says a 2-player competitive deck building game, right? And because I haven't actually seen it here, it does have Dumbledore as an actual character. He's an ally.
Yep.
So I guess he might be.
He's somebody you can play.
Yeah, this is a standalone game. While inspired by Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, none of the components in this game is designed to be incorporated into that game.
Oh, okay.
So there's no reason you can't do it though. So and what did anything else come with it?
Well, we also got the I forget what they call this. It's a parcel of special. It's got all kinds of nice little cards and whatnot
to add to.
And that's one of the main reasons why I did this. I figured she'll like that. But
there's a Munchkin Harry Potter thingy.
Munchkin bookmark.
A couple of Munchkin bookmarks. take a look at those there. That has they're bookmarks based on each of the 3 houses, if you can see it in the picture there. And I guess it does some sort of effect, but since I'm not really big on Munchkin, it uses my bookmark in any of the game Munchkin, so just like some of the other bookmarks that Munchkin has, they have special effects. I don't read them, you can probably find them unless you really, really want to know, and you can describe them down.
I'll make somebody very happy with
Oh, what happened?
Well, first of all, there's a new spell for game 1.
And then another of the Dursleys also
Yep.
popped out. That, I believe the Dursleys were originally a promo.
Yeah, it's Sunshine Daisy, Buttermellow, turn this stupid fat rat yellow. Lose 1 heart, then draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
For game 1.
Yeah. Oh, don't get the
Yeah.
liquid on that there.
Game 5, the Dursleys,
Oh,
game 1
yeah.
gold.
So,
If you discard this, game 1 lightning bolt and 1 lightning bolt, 1 heart, and draw a card.
I think, when she bought the actual game, I believe we got a couple of those promos in at the
Yep.
store, and she was given one, so it's coming out.
And Seamus Finnegan. This looks like game 3. Choose one.
No,
Game
game-
2 gold, or all heroes gain 1 heart. Oh, game 7. Basilisk Fang. Gain 2 electric or 2 light
Lightning
energy.
bolts.
Yep. You may remove this from the game after playing it to automatically destroy a Horcrux.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
was nice. Of course, it's game 7, so there's only one time you're going to be using it. It's going to be in the last scenario there.
Okay, a new spell for game 1. Eye of Rabbit, Heartstring Hum. Turn this water into rum. Lose 1 heart, then gain 4 gold.
Not bad.
That could be a sweet trade-off early on. Felix Felicitas, which they already had the Liquid Luck in the...
Belisis, yeah.
Yeah. Choose odd or even, then reveal the top card of the classroom deck. If its value matches your choice, gain 2 lightning bolts. Otherwise, gain 2 hearts.
Now, wait a minute here. Now, is that from the other game? Wait a minute. Is that
That
the
might
same?
be for the...
It's the same. It's
Yep.
a different back. Like
Yep.
these ones have the same back because this is for probably
Yep.
that game. Yeah. So
Spell Confundus. Opponent discards a card at random. If it was a hex or spell, gain 1 gold and draw a card. If it was an ally or item, gain 1 lightning bolt and 1 heart. And that's another for the defense against dark arts. Dobby the House Elf as a playable character, ally. Once per turn, you may banish a card in the classroom. That's
in the
ability.
classroom. Now, things remember now. Since this is a different game here, it has some different rules.
Right? And the Golden Snitch. If you have 2 or more allies in play, gain 3 gold and draw 2 cards. If not, gain 1 lightning bolt and 1 heart.
Not bad. And the Munchkin stuff there is a little bit.
That'll make you very, very happy.
Probably there. Okay, then I think the rest of the other things. So when we were walking around there, oh yeah, we stopped at, and I see them right here, the Gen Con official goods store here. So there are a couple of things that we picked up there, but the first thing we noticed is that there were shot glasses available.
Yes.
So we, who did you get one for?
My brother.
Yes.
He has a thing about collecting shot glasses. So, to my brother, who probably will never watch this video because he
Never
doesn't
know.
do much computer stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Gen Con. I think there's another one with red writing on it too.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure though because I was like, wait a minute, I thought we anyway.
But that'll make him happy to have that in his collection.
Okay. So what else did you grab there from the official goods store?
Okay, I got me this beautiful dragon.
T-shirt. Yeah. How much were the t-shirts? Well, $30 or something like
Yeah.
that. But you pay for the logo and all that kind of stuff like that.
Well, it's a once a year thing.
Yeah.
So
You got something else, didn't you? Something big? Something you carry on your back?
oh, you mean my backpack?
Yes. You got a pack. And what? And did that roll? I can't recall.
Yeah, it's got the rollers.
Rolls.
the
It's
long
got
handle.
extendable handle.
Yeah, but I haven't even taken the wrapper off. Oh, there it is.
Now you can do it. Oh, holy moly! So,
That'll be
So-
great for taking to work.
oh yeah. Well, that's all to be taken in case you don't want to just carry everything. You just roll it out there. And then,
Well, we both got.
yeah, we got some of the similar stuff. Was that they have a badge badge bazaar starter kit or whatever
Right.
it is. You get a white lanyard, and then you got. What was it? Yeah, these 2 badges.
Right.
There's Genevieve, who is this dragon's name, the mascot for Gen Con and this other Game On badge. And then they had some 20th anniversary badges that you also got. Came in a nice little pouch, but I took them off and I put them on my lanyard here.
And then I also got an extra one of just the
20th,
or
20,
the
yeah,
newest one.
Yeah, that one you can buy it separately, but you also get it in the anniversary thing right here. And then that was that. Oh, and I got this badge on backwards here because while we're walking around at Paizo, there's still a lot of people on the line and whatnot. But just like last year, they were giving out badges, and they give out a different badge every day. And we got
and
the
this
first
year we're
one.
gonna get all the badges.
Quite possibly here. So this one is, and I'm sorry, it's like flipped around. I don't know how I did that. Probably because I'm an idiot. Pathfinder, it has that iconic sorceress character. I don't know her name. Whoever it may be, she's on this particular one. So it's going to be, I think it's Pathfinder and Starfinder buttons that they're doing. So we've got today. So we'll try to pick up. Yeah, we'll try to pick up maybe a couple of them to see if we can give some stuff to individuals at the store or whatnot. But I stopped at Flying Buffalo Games, and I also picked up 2 more Queen's Blade books here. One of them was it Goldie from Queen's Blade Grimoire, and yeah, maybe it's not safe for work to show this. Yeah, it just has her butt hanging out here. But anyway, I was filling out my collection, and then there was an actual live-action version of one of the characters that this one model took and whatnot. So just 2 other parts in my collection here. And I think really the rest of the stuff we did was really miscellaneous because what they do is that every year there's a coupon book that you can pick out, and what they do is they have lots of little deals in here. If you want to do various demos, they'll give you free cards and all of that. So we decided, hey, we're gonna look at this here. So we went through, found some stuff we wanted to do, and we found some of the things that we wanted to get here. It was Columbia Games was giving out a free map with a coupon for their Harn. I think they're taking over Harn, the Harn World or Harn Master. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired, so I can't recall there. But it's a nice big map kind of thing here, and this is only half of it. So HuMei also got a different one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I just realized when we get in here, I left it out in the car.
Okay, well, I mean, it'll be safe out there. The other thing we did was went over to the White, what was their name again? White Wizard Games. They're the ones that do the Realm series, Star Realms, then Hero Realms, and I think they do Epic as well, as I recall there. You give them the coupon, they give you a free promo card here, and HuMei got one. Assault Shuttle.
We both love that game.
Yeah, Assault Shuttle costs 2. It is a machine called Star Empire ship, so it's a dual civilization, so to speak. It has 4 attack and the icon for both the machine called Star Empire's destroy target base. So not a bad little card there. Something else that we did was went over to Bushi Road for the Weisschwartz. There's a coupon in here that says, come on by, turn this and get a free Batman Ninja promo card, because part of the Weisschwartz are doing a set for Batman Ninja. And if you don't know what that is, well, honestly, they did an animated version of Batman where they went back to Japan, and just go look it up for yourself. I think I've seen it once and I was like, well, this is kind of strange. But they didn't have the trial decks on sale. I wanted to pick up one, but they did have like a Batman Ninja supply set. I got a deck case, a pack of 60 sleeves, and 5 booster packs. So it looks actually kind of nice there. It's Batman as a samurai / ninja, kind of thing like that. So unfortunately, the promos ran out for that particular day. So when I said, hey, I got this coupon, I said, well, I'm sorry, they're out for the day. You have to come back tomorrow. Okay, wasn't too bad there. Then what was one of the other things we did was go, we found a coupon back here over at Miniature Market. So hey, there are select playmats for, turn a coupon, you get a playmat for $2, and the other ones for whatever they charged, whatever they said on the coupon. But yeah, there were some really nice mats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he got 2 of the ones that I did, kind of like, kind of like this, this one.
Which one you got there?
This one, you got that one.
I
got the Thief one as 2, so he got the Thief one kind of like as well. We each got like 3 of them, and for 3 play mats, we only paid $8.
Yep.
So there, it looked like I remember I was there. The guy was talking like they needed to get them out of stock kind of thing. So there's that. Then what was the other one? You got that one. I got the thief one, and I got this other. I got this angel-like one here. So I
got an angel as well. But
yeah, it's a different one, but I got this one. Looks like a battle kind of.
I didn't even see her, but I like her too. Guess what? Might have to go back in tomorrow.
Yeah, might have to go back. Yes, exactly. So that's pretty much the excursion of those particular things. I don't think there's anything else we quote unquote picked up after that. But one of the things we did get to do is, and I sprung for it, is that we got to play in the BattleTech Tesla pods, and it was the boot camp one where you pay so much and you get what is it? You get 4 missions or 4 games or whatever it is. It was okay. I mean, I'm not very good at the game. So
Captain America was kicking our butt.
Yeah, there's a guy in a Captain America cosplay, and I don't think it was his first time playing. So,
but it's Captain America. So Captain America, he's fair and whatnot. So he just kicked our butts.
No, that wasn't Captain America. It was a guy dressed as Captain America. Anyway, no. Don't
but I saw the star.
So. Yeah, that was that. It wasn't too bad there. It was interesting. I was expecting something a little different. Literally, it's like a pod. It's a little tiny. You sit in it. I thought it was going to move around, kind of like if you were in a mech or whatnot. But no, it just had like a little sliding door. You sat in a chair. There's a cockpit, with the gun handle, and of course heads up display, lots of little screens and everything like that. It is nifty for what it is. But I was expecting something a little different. That being said, I don't really know entirely what I was expecting. No, I thought it'd move around or shake around a little bit, but it didn't do that. And we got our score sheets afterwards, and it was kind of like, So,
if I could have one for home for my old Commodore 64, I'd do it.
But they just need to build that whole, whatchamacallit, you have to build that whole little room or whatnot off of that here. So honestly, I think that's about all the stuff that we actually did today as part of day 1 of our excursion out here. So we got to come up with a battle plan for tomorrow. Like I said, the first thing we'll probably be doing is that we'll go ahead and when we get there, we'll camp out at FFG outside of those doors there and see if we can get a hold of that Clone War stuff. What I will do is we'll go in the line there. If they say, we'll just get in there and say, do you have the Clone War stuff? And if they say no, and they said, we're not going to be getting that today, maybe tomorrow, then we'll just exit the line. And now that we have a lot more time, what we really like to do is go around and do some demos of games that they have in the exhibitor hall. Last year we didn't have the opportunity because it was there. We got in there, we wanted to buy a whole bunch of stuff. We did buy a whole bunch of stuff. And it was like, okay, we spent 10 hours in a car the previous day. We just spent most of the day on our feet. And the next day we were going to be going, we didn't have the energy to actually do any of those demos.
Well, last year we were so tired after the drive. When we got done doing the shopping, you and I was basically sitting down for God knows how long. On the floor and just trying to rest.
So we won't be going back until, of course, once again, Monday. So that's going to be the day after Gen Con, then after.
So we got all kinds of time to go check all this stuff out.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm dreading is that when I go back, I have to go back to work the following day. So there'll be a couple other things, interesting things that we will be coming up with. We'll put them down in video here. What I don't really know if this is going to be just one long video or it's going to be multiple days. That's the ice maker from this refrigerator that's in here in this kitchenette. More than likely it's going to be one long video here simply because I won't have the ability to edit and upload this in a nice fashion until I actually get back. So basically stay tuned for the rest of our vacation excursion out here. So we'll be continuing with day 2 there. So what you need to do is probably go get a drink or whatnot and then sit down and you can see the rest of our video. So ready, 3, 2, 1, day 2. Okay, everyone, this is time for day 2, round 2 of our Gen Con excursion. Fatigue is starting to set in. Oh my God, my legs. I walk in the door, take off your shoes, and there's a nice cool tiled floor, and you just go, kind of thing there. So,
walking on numb nubs.
Yes. So, what was the first thing we did, as I told you? Wait, stop.
Okay.
Stop. So, like we said in the previous part about day one, the first thing we were going to do for the next day, we're going to stop at FFG to see if they had the Star Wars Legion Clone Wars special starter set, whatchamacallit or whatnot. We got there at about 7:30, and there were people who were also there at 7:30, and they were going after the same stuff we were.
We specifically asked them, and they all said the same thing.
So apparently what we were told was that they had a limited number of the Star Wars Legion Clone Wars starters the previous day or the day before. No, on Wednesday. It was either Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, it was on Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Thursday,
Okay.
yep.
And we were told that they had actually sold some of them to exhibitors. So in other words, some of the other stalls, they sold that. And then also to tournament players, they got that. So they ran out of stuff on the very first day. What was the quote that we heard? By 10:04.
Yes.
All of the starters were sold out. And when did the hall open?
10 o'clock.
So in 4 minutes, whatever they had that was not already taken by the exhibitors and tournament players was sold out. And we lined up there, and we were ready to make our way on over there, and got in there, went straight for the FFG booth, got in line, went along you had to go around the path. You couldn't jump in there underneath the stanchion tape or anything like that. So we did that. It kept saying, hope it's there. We asked a staff member or two, said, well, yeah, they seem to still be there. So, well, we got all the way through the line, and what happened there, HuMei?
Oh, well, I got up there to the front, because I was ahead of him, and I get up, and I get to where I can see them. I can actually see the product.
Yeah, on the shelf.
And they're disappearing from the shelf, and there's like no more there. And I'm like, oh no, don't tell me. And then somebody came out and put 3 more up. And they start coming. And I'm like, and then it was like, you're the next guy.
Yeah. It was sort of like what it was to us. It was HuMei, I think it was 2 other people. It was another gentleman that was sitting or stuck. He stuck his claim out where we were as well. We were out there. He was in front of me, and then I was right behind him. And as we got up there, they still had them in stock. So we actually got the starters there. If you want to go grab one of them.
Yeah.
There.
One.
Well, I mean, we each got one, but let's just flash one of them here. Yep. We did indeed get the Star Wars.
We got the rare 2.
Yes, we got 2 of them there. It was 1 per person, of course, because I guarantee you, if it had been buy as many as you want,
they'd have been gone.
They would have been gone, because we also heard about that some people who did get them already had them on eBay for $200+. And I was asking about some of the other players, when is it going to be released? And I don't think there's an actual date, so don't take that as a gospel truth or anything like that. But looks like some people might be paying some cash for these starters if they really want them.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm no expert on this at all, but I know FFG's got to put on the boat, and I did a little research on my own, and generally 8 to 10 weeks or 8 to 12 weeks is roughly on the boat time. So we're talking 2 to 3 months at the most, and they've already been on the boat for a while. So I'm honestly figuring come September, I wouldn't be surprised it's out there. I ain't guaranteeing nothing, but that's just educated guess on my part.
Yeah, I don't really know. You're the one, you keep up on the news
Yes.
with all the FFG stuff, when it's on the boat, when it's shipping, when it's arrived, when it's in people's hands, all of that. I don't know it. All I'm really doing is passing on the information that we were told. So, yeah. But you know what? In the end, basically everything that we wanted to pick up, or at least you wanted to pick up, based on what friends have requested and all of that, it was all done today with the purchase of those 2 core sets.
And then I thought I was done until something else come up later. We'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. We will talk about that a little bit later, yes. So what we're going to do is that we'll introduce the next kind of stuff that we're going to be doing for you here. We'll go into the bigger stuff and go over the miscellaneous kind of things that we did. So just hold on tight here. Okay, then we took a jaunt all the way to one other side of the exhibitors hall to Kingdom Death. Again. Yeah, because I thought there was one other particular figure there that I thought, well, maybe they have that particular one. Well, they didn't. But what I did do is I picked up a couple of items there. So I got the Manhunter expansion. I don't think I bought this or not. If I did, well, some I don't know, I'll sell it to someone else or something like that. I also picked up a number of their not classic rosins, but their regular ones here. I got Before the Wall and Beyond the Wall with one of the, I guess it's sort of the, one of the main characters of Kingdom Death, so to speak. I've got a pin-up order knight, along with a sword hunter, and HuMei was saying, yeah, she has a lot of swords. Actually, that's a lot of belts, I think.
Oh, okay.
But she does have a lot of swords, too. And also, what they had was, when I was checking out there, they were selling the packs of sleeves in one little core set here to sleeve everything that you have in the base set of Kingdom Death. One little package for $50, kind of thing like that. I did not see this originally because yesterday there were so many people. What they were doing was they were letting some people in the little, very limited area they had to look around. But if you knew what you wanted, they had another gentleman with a tablet said, what did you want here? And he marked off the stuff. Since I didn't actually go to the checkout, I didn't get to see this. So I picked that up that second time I went through. And because I'm such a wonderful, caring, honest, and modest guy, HuMei, he was looking up something on, I guess, the shop this morning,
yes.
Literally. And what was the name of the model that you were talking about?
Hold on a second. I pulled that up and I was like, I just went, ooh. Because, oh, wow. And, yeah, pin-up wet nurse.
Yes, a pin-up
I'm
wet
sorry,
nurse.
I had to repent, and I'm repenting a lot, but I got to find somebody to paint this right for proper repentance.
Well, I mean, yeah, so you can go ahead and put that together and do whatever you really need to do with that. But that sort of was the excursion to Kingdom Death itself.
Yes.
But the thing is, right next to it was a couple of three other places, pardon me. And one of them was a place selling stuff from Knight models. Now, if you recall, in the previous part of this video for day one, we were talking about how I went over to Family Time Games and picked up one of the figures for this Harry Potter's miniatures game. And we were saying, they didn't have the starter sets over at Family Time. When we went on over to the exhibitor hall yesterday, they had the Knight models little booth there, but it didn't seem like they were selling anything. So I was like, were they not selling them or not? Well, heck, we were just walking by, going to the Kingdom Death booth originally, and then lo and behold, what did we see? Saw the starter set for, just I'm going to see the reflection going out. Starter set for the Harry Potter's miniatures game, and it is heavy. It's like 15 pounds.
And metal case, and
it's metal
nice.
tin, and it looks to be pretty nifty there. But I think everything.
We're gonna make somebody very happy with that.
Yeah. So that's going to be easy on that then, and then after that, what we'll do is we just go to another area that we had was Lamentation of the Flame Princess. You saw our previous video for Gen Con. You know that we went there last year. It says, hey, this is not a very family-friendly game. Let's just say that there.
Yes.
So what happened was, I wanted to go pick up an adventure called Tower of the Stargazer. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. I wanted to see if you actually had the adventure itself. And then the creator there said, no, I don't have it, but it's actually in this adventure anthology that he had there. So I said, oh, okay. It has a couple of other ones that I was sort of interested in that I'd read through before. And I said, oh, okay, I'll get that. So when I bought it, he said, well, you know what? Anyone who's buying one of the adventure anthologies, you get a free rule book. So they have this particular rule book here, and I got him, Edward James Rogge III. I think that was his name, yes. He signed both of these for us, and also he gave us like a little pamphlet. I'm only going to show you the back of the pamphlet because the front of it is not very family friendly whatsoever. It is actually quite violent. So I am not going to show that on screen. But it was a bit of a catalog of actually what they were offering, I guess, this particular year, if you want to call it that. But also, when you make a purchase, well, you know what? I'm not gonna put it on screen. But what happened was, just as a joke, they gave you a They gave you a small packet of
I thought it was
stuff.
a poker chip.
Yeah, he thought it was a poker chip. It was not a poker chip. It was actually a packet of mail protection, let's just say, with the sticker for Lamentation of the Flame Princess on it. And just as soon as I got that, HuMei said, I gotta send that picture to people. So So he went ahead and did that. So what I'm going to do is that he actually had 2 adventure anthologies. One was this one, the Adventure Anthology Fire, and then he has another one called Adventure Anthology Death. So maybe I'll go ahead and pick that up tomorrow, the day after, or something like
You'll
that.
have a whole bunch of rule books.
Oh, well, then, the thing is that I have a rule book at home. This is a signed rule book. If I buy this one here, more than likely he will give us another rule book. I get him to sign, then you'll get a rule book or so, give a rule book to someone.
I'm not worried
something
about
like that.
I just think it's hilarious. You buy all of them, you'll have a whole bunch of extra rule books.
Yeah, well,
everybody goes to play, it'll have everybody a rule book.
Technically, you can actually get the rule book for free off of one particular site or whatnot. Okay. If you go on their main website, they'll direct you to Drive-Thru RPG, and you can download the art, the non-art version of it. Why not? While we were right there, it's still in the same general area. We went back to Miniature Market, and we got more play mats. Some of them duplicates or whatnot, but it was
we got a bigger roll than I did.
Yes. So I don't know how many I got here. Probably, I think it was. Are you confident saying that's 700 of them?
That's a mess of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got some more. They'll be for the store and whatnot.
Yep.
So that was the main thing that we really wanted to have available for the store itself there. And I think there were a couple of miscellaneous things that we did. What did we do? We shopped around a little bit here. So what?
We ended up getting more buttons and whatnot.
Yeah, that was one of the things. First of all, that's one of the things that we did at Paizo is we said, okay, we ended with FFG. First thing we're going to do is going to go over to Paizo. There's a long line there. Thing is, we didn't want to buy anything at Paizo, which is absolutely fine. What we wanted to get was the button. And we got the next button for this particular one. What is the button? It's
they're both Pathfinders. The new one's
is this the rulebook or no? It's either the new rulebook cover or it's the old rulebook cover. I can't really tell. But there was another button from Paizo that we got.
They call it the Friday button.
Yeah, that's a Thursday button, wouldn't it be?
This
Friday.
is Thursday.
Yes. Today's Friday. Duh. Yeah, you can see how much. Yeah, we're just I'm exhausted anyway there. So we went over there and got all that, and we stopped. And then, next part is going to be the miscellaneous section. So, for the miscellaneous stuff, yes, we got some more buttons. There was a gentleman, like I said, the gentleman who was in front of me in the line over at FFG, who also got the Clone Wars set. Yeah, well, I believe he was the one that he gave me a button here, so I'll give him a shout out. It was, his Instagram was Spartan318, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So, what I'll do is that, give him a shout out there if you're coming across this video, whatnot. Go take a look at his page. I don't do a lot of Instagram or anything, but I'll go on over there and say, hey, look, thanks for the button and kind of thing like that. We were in the line of Gen Con, so he knew who we were. I think there's
Cool Mini or Not.
Cool Mini or Not. We'll talk a little about Cool Mini or Not as well in a little bit. We got one of those, and then there was there anything else? Any button-wise? We stopped at.
We got the anime girl thingy. And
mine on here. Mine on here somewhere? I don't know if it fell. I don't know if it fell off or anything like that.
One here.
Maybe it's at the top here. Oh yeah, it's right at the top. We stopped at the booth for Japanime Games, and I was like, there's some deck protectors, deck card sleeves that I picked up just for the heck of it, and they're inexpensive. They're about $5 here, so they're standard size sleeves, 60, and they had a button for sale. Some other places were actually giving them buttons away. But
the majority of them weren't though. The majority of places the buttons were for sale. That surprised me.
Yeah. What we did, then we went back over at like Vice Schwartz. We finally went and got that promo card.
Yeah.
Or what was it this morning? I don't even know where the heck it is.
Batman Ninja.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is. Oh shucks. Anyway, but they were giving away the Vice Schwartz button. I think I have it sitting on here somewhere. I'm not sure. I have to pull this thing off again to find out. Hope it didn't fall off or anything like that. Oh.
Speaking of which, I had that happen to me today. I found somebody lost a Star Wars button, and I got the buttons.
That's right. Yeah, there's just a Vice Schwartz button here, and then my other button for the other Paizo button thing fell off too.
But now Schwartz will be with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this back on here. So that was sort of what we did there. We went to Cool Mini or Not had 2 coupons in this little coupon book that we had. That was you get some swag for doing a demo. And we did that. There was we did the demo for the game God of War.
Yep.
Which was it was pretty fun as it was. And probably pick that up maybe here. A little like the Bloodborne card game if you have played that, but not entirely. Sort of the same type of stuff. You get the different characters. You get Kratos, Atreus, Freya, and then was it a Mimir? He's the, you haven't played the game, or you have played the game, he's the floating head or whatnot that he ties on, and he can go with different characters, and he's not so much a character himself, but what he actually does is he can buff other characters, which was pretty neat. And we did that demo, and if you did the demo and turned in the, the tickets, the coupon, pardon me,
yep.
You could get, once again, this cool...
cool Meteor Not Die.
Yep. And then also there's a promo called, it was Boy, for God of War. It's for the solo mode only, and it what it does is it recharges one of Atreus's abilities, and well, you got that also for turning in that particular coupon. We did have to wait quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
That game takes a little while. We were there for like 25, 30 minutes just waiting for them to finish up on
demo,
that there. Yeah, there was, I can't recall the one booth there, but they had a coupon where you go get a commemorative crystalcast.com. Commemorative 2019 Gen Con die. It does say Gen Con 2019 on the back. Everything like that. I can't recall. Yeah, I think we got another lanyard. You got another, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We got another lanyard, some anime type of stuff from that Jap anime booth. I'm trying to think what else we did besides that. What we did do was go to Vigor Game. Oh, go ahead.
I'd say I know one of the places we got.
What?
We went to the stadium, so I get for a friend from my church.
Yes.
Got him some Colts memorabilia, and yeah, that was a walk.
Oh, I felt like we're walking all the way back to the hotel. Literally, well, we parked at, we said Union Station Garage, and it was about an 8-minute walk to get to the conference center.
Right.
And basically, going all the way to Colts Stadium was, and you didn't even go outside, you just walked through the conference center and then all that, and it was almost like walking all the way back to the garage. And literally it was. If
Yeah,
we were
and then
taking,
when we got there, the inside door was locked to the pro shop. So we had to go outside, go out through the gates and everything
go
else.
down a ramp and go down and get that, and then we had to come back because it was.
And we're hauling back
Yes. Our carts.
Our carts with us. Yep.
It was like, oh, my legs are gonna give out here eventually, kind of thing. So I got those there, and pardon me while I'm marking off stuff on our impromptu script here. And we did stop at another place called Vigor Games. They have this game called Growl. We didn't bid it. We weren't able to stop for a demo or anything like that. What it was is a coupon. It says, here's a coupon. Turn it in. You spun this wheel. And HuMei went first. He spun the wheel. And what'd you get?
I got $5 off.
Yes.
That I can use sometime in the future.
Yeah. I did a big spin, and I got a copy of the game for free. And
Yeah,
this may
he's
go
a
to the
wiener.
store. Yes, I'm a wiener. This may go to the store. I don't know. I'll probably just, I don't know. I'll take a look at it, and we'll put it on the maybe
Might
on
be
the
a great
demo
game.
table or something like that. Contains rulebooks in English, Spanish, German, Italian,
It's something about
Chinese, Japanese, and I think might be Thai. I don't know what they call the Thai language anyway. If it's just the Thai language, so pardon me for not knowing.
My time?
Yes, my time. Other than that, I don't think there was a lot else that we actually spent. We did a lot more walking. There was less to buy, and we just found ourselves going just around there. Like I said, we did. That's right. When we were at Kingdom Death, we did a very brief demo
Yes.
of the game there. It was a pre-set-up kind of thing like that. It wasn't the actual beginning quest or whatnot. We had 4 characters, and it was like 3 turns in. Everyone but HuMei was dead. And then the lion that we played against in that particular scenario had like 2 points of life left, and HuMei goes and stabs him in the butt, and then
Several times.
Yeah, in the last two turns, he runs up, stabs him in the butt, wounds him, and he's got like 1 card left. And so the AI card that flips on over is that he does like a basic attack or something like that, but he couldn't see HuMei because he was actually behind him. So the monster did nothing. So then HuMei just like poked him in the butt again with his halberd or whatnot.
I
and
gave
won.
the lion a stick in the butt.
Yes, he was the only survivor. The rest of us died horribly. The way it was set up, basically, if you took any damage whatsoever, you died. So it was just the basics of how the particular game goes.
My character went back. Lady Lumpsalot went back to the village and mourned all our four players that died.
The three.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, three that died off. So
and there was too much gear for me to take from the lion. We can only take one thing.
Well, no, actually, you get a couple of different ones. But it depends on who actually can carry it and all of that.
But I kept the character sheet.
Yeah, I have my character sheet sitting there as well. So I mean, but yeah, I died. It was just once again, it was just a basic scenario. Other than that one, they also had I think the frog Hemoth scenario, which was I kind of the guy was explaining the game, but it was kind of I kind of got lost. He kind of lost me at the frog Hemoth having two sphincters, is what he said. So I'm like, huh? But we didn't play in that one. Maybe we'll do that one. I don't know. But then they were doing that one. They were also doing the Inverted Mountain campaign with the Black Knight. What you can do is you can go on YouTube here, and you can look up Gen Con 2018, where someone actually filmed the encounter with the Black Knight. I forget what the video is called. Search long enough, you'll be able to find that. A lot of it was walking around and just taking off stuff. Yeah, a lot of walking here. Yes, hopefully it burned off a whole bunch of calories and stuff. We'll have muscles of solid, legs of solid steel when we leave here. But the game plan is that what we did was we bought a lot of stuff. Then we said, well, we're going to start demoing some stuff. We did 2 demos today. So the next thing is we're going to demo some more stuff tomorrow, just to get their money's worth, so to speak. There'll be a couple miscellaneous purchases, I think. But other than that, I think the bulk of the stuff that we actually wanted to buy is finished. And once again, miscellaneous purchases. But I think that's...
I know I got everybody else covered. We're done. I don't have to buy anything for anybody else.
Except for yourself.
Well, I think I know what I'm going to get there, and that'll be over at Family Time Games.
Yeah. There were these, what was it, the power generator thing?
Yeah, the shield generator.
Yeah, the thing that you see, the shield generator that you can see in Empire Strikes Back, the big, that looks like the dinner plates that are lined up. Yeah, so they have those available, made by a third party, and you buy one and it gives you a little coupling.
Yep.
So that was that, and we got back an hour earlier than we did last night. We left at 7 yesterday because we said, hey, let's go ahead and see if we can avoid the rush hour traffic, going home traffic. So we left it. So that's what we did yesterday. Today we left at 6, and we encountered some traffic, but it was nothing that wasn't unmanageable. We didn't get stuck in traffic, behind a bunch of cars.
That's nice. It's going to be great.
What's
It's
that?
going to be wonderful.
But tomorrow?
We've got everything we need to buy.
Pretty much, yes.
So we don't have to worry about that rush of all these people. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody else that's coming down. Saturday, going to be a lot of people, I'm sure, coming from, they're off, they're going to come. That's great. But we don't have to, we can just go and enjoy and not have to worry about trying to get stuff we need with just the extra bodies.
Oh yeah, most definitely here. What's going to happen is that we'll still go in early tomorrow, because we still want to get a parking space. So basically, what was the pattern for the last 2 days? Get up at 6. Well, you get up.
I get up at 5:30 because
he goes and so I get up at 6. We get our stuff together. We leave at roughly 6:30. And then this place has like a continental breakfast. Literally, this place had a continental breakfast. It had eggs and sausage and biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
and if you wanted to go make pancakes,
that's just awesome. Breakfast.
Yeah. So in other words, you can do that. But the previous day, we actually stopped at the convenience store.
Yeah.
You got something. I just got
some,
coffee because I normally don't eat breakfast because it can wreak havoc on my system.
Did you have a problem with that today?
No, not really. No, but eventually I had to use the facilities.
Yes.
But we won't talk about that. So tomorrow we'll probably do the same thing. Get up a little earlier or whatnot. Go on down and start doing demos of various things. We'll probably do a little battle plan maybe tonight. Just say, hey, look, this might be interesting. But then again, that might go out the window when we walk in and say, hey, that looks interesting. Can you show us how it's played?
Yep.
But yeah, the getting up a little bit earlier than usual is starting to set in now, at least for me. I don't know about HuMei, but usually
getting up early. Yeah, getting up early is not really the issue. It's last night. We got off this he went outside for a few minutes. I went upstairs and climbed into bed, laid there for about 5 seconds, and started dozing off. I was like, yep, time to go to bed. And by the time he came back in, I think I was snoring.
Yeah, and what time is it around right now? I don't know what, it's like 8:30 right now?
Yep, 9 o'clock.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock right now. Okay, yeah, we got back at 7:30, we left at 6, no, we got back at about 7 o'clock here. Got something to eat here. Now what we did was that instead of going out to eat all the time here, is we stopped at a Walmart up the road here, but it's almost just a Walmart that was just a grocery store.
Yeah.
And it's also what's interesting is you walk in there and you walk down into the drinks aisle and then there's booze on the shelves.
Yeah,
like,
where we're from, there's no such thing
Yeah.
as shopping center. But you
Yeah.
don't go to a grocery store and get booze.
Oh yeah.
You go to a liquor store.
Yeah, I mean, and HuMei and I normally don't drink as it is, so it was like, oh, well, that's interesting. But what we did was we got a bunch of, you come like TV dinners, stuff put in, we've got a microwave sitting right on over here. Come back and go ahead and make that, and then I got enough of we got enough of things for dinner for like 4 days, some chips, miscellaneous bottles of water, 2 things of drinks, and some chips for $25. And most of the place you go out and eat is probably going to be between $12 and $15 as it is. So we have 4 days worth of dinners. Tonight we just had the second one. So if you're thinking about coming to any type of convention like Gen Con and you get a place with, say, a microwave or a refrigerator or something, it would behoove you to go out to one of the supermarkets, get some stuff that you would like for dinner or whatnot, throw it in the freezer, and then just cook it up when you get home.
And I will say this though, if you're looking for food, they got great food inside the convention center.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the street right out in front of it runs out from it. My goodness, that place is packed with food.
Yes, it's officially called the Block Party. There's I don't want to call it an arcade. What's the whatever the vocabulary word is. Just an area where there's just an open street there, and they have lots of food trucks and
all the
set up.
like roach coaches and all that, but it's all great food and
Yeah.
pizzas and
Yep, and
sandwiches and subs and
And if you really want to go to a bar, there are plenty of bars around there, and that's what probably people are going to be doing for.
If you want an adult drink,
They're probably going to do that, this evening, which is Friday, and probably do that tomorrow as well. But I would just assume, I'm not going to actually. We don't really drink, and pretty much at my age here now, or our age, partying takes its toll on you. So it's just something that we're going to skip unless someone actually asks us and says, "Hey, yeah, come to the block party." Even then, we probably say, "Well, we probably won't stay."
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, we're not young.
So that pretty much brings our day 2 diary, so to speak, to an end here. So what's going to happen is that the next part of the video that you're going to see is going to be day 3. So stay tuned, just a moment. Okay, everyone, now for the next part of the video here. This is for day 3. What we're doing is we're going to be doing day 3 and day 4 sort of back to back here because fortunately we were tired yesterday and weren't able to get to day 3.
Yeah.
So we're just going to do it out here. Basically what happened is that now that we got everything that we wanted to purchase during the previous 2 days, we sort of wanted to say, hey, let's go do some demoing, things of that particular nature. But of course, we still bought stuff because we can't help ourselves. We're addicted to spending money. So we're going to be doing so. But one of the very first things we did was when we got there to the the convention center, we parked out in front of the doors for the Paizo booth, simply because we wanted to get our badge. Where the heck is the third one? Was it the troll one? No, you have 2 of the same one there.
Yeah, I got 2 trolls there, which I collected, and we got
we got no, it wasn't the sorceress there. At any rate, I think it was one with the troll on it. It was one of the first bestiaries or whatnot.
I think you're right.
So we got that there, and we said, okay, what the heck are we going to do? What we wanted to do was get a couple of different things for some people who were in the store, just some last-minute shopping ideas, so to speak. So we headed on over to far end of the exhibitor room there. Went to the Night Models booth again because they had the Batman Miniatures game stuff here. There's a Gen Con 2019 figure for the Grifter, which I believe used to be it a Valiant comic hero, I think it was, something like that, but eventually I think got folded into the DC universe. Don't kill me if I'm not saying that correctly. But this is for one of the players in our store that is hot to trot on the Batman miniatures game. Then what happened was that since we were in the same particular area, I stopped by Lamentations of the Flame Princess again to buy the other adventure anthology they had. Once again, I got another rule book and got another set of adult protection and a poster. So what I did was I gave HuMei here the rule book and the poster and whatnot, and I had him sign the stuff, and I couldn't read what he wrote in the last one, but he signed this literally, "You are sick for buying this book." Yes, a troll to the last. Yes. Okay. Then we were sort of walking around there, finding out what to also get involved in. This is for day 4 here, so I don't have that here. We were walking around, and we were once again want to do demo type of stuff, and we just decided that we were just walking around, and eventually there was someone who was calling out for a particular game called Architecture, or however you say that. Yeah, we were just walking by. They needed more players for it. We said, okay, so we just jumped in there. And it's an architecture game where you take cards and you put them in a series of rows and columns. And when certain cards get placed, their card to the left can get reduced in value. And some of the cards have special abilities, can do certain things.
So here's the play, man.
The game itself was what, $25, I think it was? It's one of these telescoping boxes.
I think it was only $20.
$20.
And the mat was another $10.
Was if you bought them together, I think they were 10 or just 10 itself. I'm not sure, but you paid like $30 total, something like that. It's a nice little game. We only got to play a couple of rounds of it simply because they were supposed to be demos and not really full games. And we had a couple other people crowd around and said, hey, if this is how the game is played, then we understand it. Let's let some other people play.
Right.
So we did. So it was sort of ending up, and HuMei disappeared, and he came back and said, hey, I bought it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a very good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it back. We're going to demo it to. I'm going to demo it to the
store,
the operators at or the owners at our store, and see what they think of it. But I think this will do very well.
Yeah,
I really think it'll do well.
Yeah, I think I was actually going to say, oh, well, we're done here. I was going to go buy it, and like I said, HuMei disappeared, and he came back with it. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't need to buy it. Then we were just walking around for a couple other things here. We stopped another demo for a card game, and I can't remember the name of the company, and I can put it at the bottom of the screen here. It's called 3 Laws, where it's sort of a guessing game where each of the players plays an AI, an android, or a robot, and you do not know what you actually are, and you put your card like sort of up against your head to show everyone what you are, but you don't know what it is, and you have to deduce what you are, and then at the end of a single question asking round, then you're supposed to give these keys that you have. Basically, it's like who you choose, who is the highest ranked member of your same faction, and if you are correct, that faction they get points. But if not, then they don't get points, and then there are laws that come out. There can be 3 laws out, like the one.
And no one has to tell the truth.
Yeah, and you don't have to tell the truth at all. So if I have a card that says I'm an AI, and I say, hey, am I an AI? Who am I? You can say no.
Nope.
So it's sort of guessing like that. Then there are, once again, these laws will come out, and they're just cards that change the game. Like one of them said, every time that you ask a question, you have to say target acquired. And if you don't do that, someone can shout out error, and they get a point, basically. It seems to be a nice little game.
And if they call out error and you're wrong when you did that, then
they get the point. Something like that. I mean, we played it for a little bit there. It was kind of interesting. I don't know if I'll add it to my collection, but it's a nice little guessing game type of thing, and it was relatively cheap. I think it was $15 or $20, something like that. So that's something that interests you. I'll try and get the company name to put at the bottom of the screen there. Then we were just sort of, what else did I get here? I marked that one up. Once again, I'm reading from this little script that we're doing, otherwise we won't be able to remember it all. I stopped at Mantic Games and got Dungeon Saga. Speaking of which, we've never finished getting through Dungeon. We haven't finished our playthrough of Dungeon Saga simply because by the time that we were getting into it, we had a lot of people that had changes in schedules and all of that, and it'd be nice to have the same people playing on a regular basis. That way you at home can get used to the players and their personalities and quirks and everything like that. I picked up one of the expansions there for it. It's the Tyrant of Halpi, and the reason why I wanted to get it here because it actually has a big dragon in it. It's also another campaign. So I said, okay, I'll go ahead and buy that. And
so that'll be great. We can tell everybody we got to finish the first one before we can go see the dragon.
Well, no, the thing is, well, for those who do not know about Dungeon Saga, you have the box set, and then there's one that immediately follows that one. Uses the same characters, as I recall. Then I have another expansion which uses different characters.
Oh, okay.
And then I believe this is another expansion that uses, yet again, different characters.
I see. I want to get back to you because I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Matter of fact, we filmed it on this.
Yeah, we actually filmed it on this very camera that we're using right here, and all of his grainy footage and all of that. Once again, we were still walking around aimlessly and everything like that when it came across, it looked like giant robot type of stuff. And it was giant robots, but rather than giant robots, it's called Giga-Robots.
Yes.
And we saw it there. Dear sweet God. Giga-Robo by, I think it's Giga-Robo. Sorry, there's a Jimmy John's flyer attached to the back of that. But yeah, Giga-Robo by
Dynamo.
By Dynamo Games, Cardboard Dynamo. I'm pretty sure it's Giga-Robo Games or something because also got a card by Alex Cheng, the game designer. He was talking a bit about the game and everything like that. Seems seems interesting. Once again, the first thing I thought was it was a lot like Monster Apocalypse, but it's just the giant robot, so to speak, just fighting instead of like little units as well.
Oh, I love the buildings because the buildings that are solid.
Yeah, they're solid buildings in there. Yeah, and then you get 4 robots in the base set and everything like that. There are a bunch of cards. This thing weighs more than that Clone Wars game there. But not only that, there's a special package deal. If you got this, you could get the other 2 expansions. For Giga-Robo, Assault of the Armada, and Warrior of the Wastes. And I believe, Warrior of the Wastes is the one that I sort of picked up because it has a long rifle and HuMei. I was like, that's pretty darn cool.
And they had an alternate figure, but I didn't get it. But I was seriously thinking about, because I like the
This one actually has the barrel. They also had alternate figures of all of the robots in like a different mode. Mm-hmm. Like this one has the rifle, but the alternate mode had like chain guns on its hands
and the rifle was on its back.
Yeah. So, and if you go to Gen Con and buy stuff, generally everyone will give you some sort of a bag, and this one has the logo and stuff like that on there. And wow, that would have been interesting if the drink would have went more. Yeah. So after that here, and I might as well just continue talking as we do this here. The other thing that we wanted to do is wanted to get pins. We wanted to finish off pin collections and get buttons and everything like that. We did. I don't think I really increased my collection, but HuMei did because he ran into someone strange. And who was that?
The Dalai Lama.
Yes, the Dalai Lama, not llama, Lama. So go ahead and talk about that.
Okay, it was played Settlers of Catan. He gave me a packet of 5 sheep pins. I kept one for myself and go around. I'm trading off pins with other people with the Catan pins. I need to get a lumber, a brick, an ore, and a wheat.
Yeah, the 5 resources.
And I've got to trade mine off to get. And I didn't get much information on it last night. I got back here and was able to sit down and read up on the cards. Like, so on the 4th day, I was doing that.
What we'll do is we'll go into that during the 4th day kind of thing there. I don't think there was really a lot more that we did. We actually came back early, day 3, which would have been yesterday as of filming this here. We got back earlier like 4 o'clock or something like that. We left at 4 and got back like 4:30 or 5 and got something to eat and basically just sort of relaxed. What did you watch? You watched like the 2 Snow White and Huntsman.
Yeah,
and
that's what happened me on it. I was too tired.
And we were like, just veg on the
on the
couch, and then I read, and then we went to bed and everything like that. And I think, and back on that Giga-Robo thing, if you did buy the stuff there, they gave you promo packs of when you impact cards, which are, I believe, that when you smash into a building. But there are also 3 promo foil cards for the ultimate techniques for 3 robots here. And what is it? Chogo King Shinokami. Shinokami is a god of death. Well, maybe. And then Dai Laijin 5 or V. And you got those a special bonus just for doing that. They all said, you could buy, when you buy this particular deal, you can get each of the packs for building packs for $5 each. I said, let me hold off on that. And
you get like 15 buildings and starter things. You don't really need any more, but if you want them.
So and one of the things that we're trying to do is trying to get cards and information for the various games. That way, if one of those companies says I need something to demo or anything like that, they would be able to contact the store and email and all that kind of stuff like that, because we'd demo the stuff if they wanted to get that kind of stuff out. So give us just a moment. We will go into.
Hold on, I still got one other thing we picked up yesterday that we haven't talked about.
Oh, was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
I did not know that. We'll stop by Cyanide and Happiness.
Well, Joking has it, and the 3. I've only seen it once at our local store, and that was you had to order it and the store couldn't get it. I got that in the 3 expansions.
Yes.
We'll go back and call us all kinds of that. Please don't tell my pastor.
So did you tell anyone at home yet that
No,
you got these?
I sent a picture, but I don't think anybody even noticed.
And you got something else over there, right?
Yeah. And this was from Gale Force 9.
Some more
The Battlefield box. It's for Star Wars Legion, but it's like the different computer controls and whatnot as set pieces to fight around. So we do some interior. My thing is I want to figure out how they got a thing where it shows a planet floating above the one thing, and like they did in episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that isn't a part of it. I got to find a way to get that in plastic.
Are you sure it's not in there? Maybe it isn't. It probably isn't. Dang. Contains holo projector, but no hologram.
Right.
You could probably make something out of string and paint it and kind of. Yeah. I think there's also one more thing you got yesterday, right underneath that Lamentations.
Yeah. I got a Gen Con 2019.
Commemorative.
Yeah, commemorative
dice roller.
Dice tray. But we've been having these at our own store, and I've just kept wanting to get one, never did. And I was like, well, it's commemorative. I'll have a commemorative one.
Yeah, for mine there's a little dice tray. It's probably sitting in the closet because we thought we were going to be able to do some like role playing, get involved in a Starfinder game or whatnot, but it said that materials weren't supplied. You need to bring your own. Unfortunately,
we didn't
bring the rule books, or I brought some dice, but I did not know entirely what that entailed. So, if someone's watching this video, you can explain down there what the materials are not provided means. We'll have to do that next year then. We have some tickets that we hadn't used, so I have to find out how to redeem those or get rid of those kind of things, or redo them for next year or something like that. Maybe I'll contact the site or something like that. So is there anything else I'm forgetting about day 3?
I think that is pretty much it. That's all I've got.
Oh, the rest of the stuff over there is from day 4. That's
day 1, day 2, and...
Oh, okay, put it all together there. Okay then, everyone, if you give us just a quick moment here, we'll go into the day 4 stuff. So, hold right on. Okay then, everyone, we're here for the last day of Gen Con. Well, it's day 4, of course. Today here, just following up from the third portion of our video here. This is the last day of Gen Con. The doors open up once again at 10 for the exhibitor room and closed at 4. We're going to be doing some more just last minute items that we wanted to get for some individuals, and then also try and do some demoing if we could. And well, of course, just like we did on day 3, the first thing we did was went to the Paizo booth, and honestly, it's not really going to the Paizo booth. You go in the doors and there's a guy with a small little tray or a little tub or whatnot saying, free buns, free buns, free buns, and everyone
reach out and grab them quick and go, because and it's just almost like
literally just keep walking and grab that. That's basically what we did.
But that was the last one, and we got our only Starfinder one today.
Yeah, Starfinder was the only one, as opposed to last year when Starfinder was the day before we arrived.
Right.
So, whatever. then what we're going to do is that we stopped by Japanime Games, and we stopped by went there, and we're waiting for a demo. And every one of the days we went there, there are people around there basically having the game demoed for them. And eventually we said, okay, we're going to sit here and wait for at least one of these two games. There was, what was it? I think it was Heart of Crown. I think that was called. And the other one was whatever.
Love
Battle High School. That's it. Hell, we were waiting there for like 35 minutes, and I know, and I'm gonna gripe here, but you know, they were playing entire games worth of it, and it's not really the whole goal of demoing the game, at least in my opinion here. We were just waiting there. Finally, just basically we just gave up. But just before that, HuMei and I picked up some acrylic standees for the game.
Yeah, it looked like an interesting game, and from what I could overhear, it sounds like a hilarious game. But I'm also running I don't cash this time, so I'm like, I ain't gonna buy that. I'll wait till I get home and we'll order that. That's not a problem. But the standees, I figured might be a little hard to get. But I got the standees. They're the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls, and the boy that's there. They have a love interest after, and it's all about high school girls stabbing each other in the back to try and acquire the love of this young man. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, that insult to injury when we were waiting for these two particular games. The Love Battle High School one continued after we left, but just as I finally, one other demo that for Heart of Crown was ending, basically the person put up, sorry, this demo is out. When I turned back, it's like, what the hell? So I was not a happy camper on that. And you know what? And I'll compare it to the next thing I went to. So, went down there, we walking around a bit here. We stopped at, was it SFR Inc. And once again, these aren't exactly in order, but afterwards went to SFR, and they're the ones that have taken over Dragon Dice and Demon Dice, which used to be called Chaos Progenitus about 15, 20 years ago almost. Oh, more than that. Oh, no. Maybe about, 15-ish years ago. Anyway, HuMei had never played Dragon Dice before, so that one guy, he looked kind of lonely there without anyone to demo the game for. Went up there, he was a jovial.
It made his day that he had somebody come up and play with him. He was loving it.
Yeah, and you know what? He didn't play a full game.
Yeah, he actually demoed the game.
Yes, he did it for like, 10 minutes. We got slightly off track because we were talking about something else, but demo the game. Once again, it's Dragon Dice. It's an interesting collectible dice game. If that's your cup of tea, what did you think about that?
I liked it. I did. I think I'll be going back and seeing about getting a copy of that myself.
I remember years ago. What happened is that there's a gentleman who was I think one of the largest dice collectors in the U.S. His name is Chuck Pint, and he collects dice games, all sorts of stuff like that. You can probably find his website, or I'll put it down here at the bottom of the screen. But he trades dice and all that kind of stuff. Years ago, when I was in Hawaii for Dragon Dice, they had some stuff marked down, and I bought them pretty cheap just to add a game to my collection. And I found out that I could trade for some of this stuff because I wanted some other stuff. And I guess I must have got 2 really rare dice, and I contacted them and traded a buttload of dice for, I think it was the Amazon's faction and some other miscellaneous dice that I had just for those 2 dice, which was pretty incredible. And that was that there. So what was the next thing that we went to? Then we sort of walked around again, and we were thinking about last minute stuff that we wanted to get for individuals back at the store there. We have a couple of players of D&D and whatnot. Someone in our Starfinder campaign, well, my Starfinder campaign, whom I was part of there, he plays a Technomancer, and I was trying to find a nice mage-like figure for, but this is the Gale Force 9 is where we stopped.
Yeah.
So D&D Collector Series Manchun. The clone of the ancient Orc wizard Manchun infiltrated Waterdeep years ago and has been hiding out in Kolot Towers ever since. So there's that for a Technomancer. Minsk and Boo. It's a fighter with it's either a rat or a hamster companion. No, he's a ranger. Let's see here. And Boo, who is a miniature giant space hamster. So, and then we got someone also likes Drow just in general. He talks about how he's a not swashbuckler, duelist Drow, dual wielding. What was scimitars, stuff like that. Okay, here's a Drow figure for me. I don't think you got anything from that one there, but you didn't there. Now that was Gale Force 9, and I might as well write that down so I can put a check mark next to it. Okay, the other things were we stopped by and HuMei saw something out of the corner of his eye and said, hey, we need to get this for someone in the store. And it is a dragon backpack or something of that. It is a backpack, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a backpack. But you can also unzip its back and you can put stuff in it.
The whole thing with backpack.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, yeah, touche. Yeah.
No.
I'm going to edit that out later.
Toupee.
Yeah, so I said, hey, let me go get this. Then we went to the counter just like usual. They have stuff up there to impulse buy. And I saw this cloth mimic gamer pouch where you can actually put dice in it. It's an actual dice pouch. You can unzip it and everything like that. And I said, okay, give me this too. And the guy said, well, if you buy 4 items, no. If you buy 4, buy 4 of them, get the lowest price one for free.
Right.
So I bought 4 things, and there's one. There's an Illithid here. Illithid isn't Mind Flayer. That's what it says on here. Once again, it also has a zipper on the back, and I was like, well, there's a dragon that we also got. So this is the 4th one. This is actually a Munchkin Plutonium dragon. And at first I said, hey, it doesn't look like he unzips. And the guy turned it over, and right on his crotch, there's a zipper to put dice or whatever it is in. So, all of them unzipped in one way or the other. Let's see, where the heck were we on? Holy moly, where did I get that? Oh, that was Ultra Pro. I was trying to mark it off there. And then what I did was, in the day 2 video, we went and demoed God of War.
Right.
Yeah, so what I did was actually went and picked up the God of War card game. And to go with that promo card that we have. So we already talked about that. And that was wasn't actually at the Cool Mini or Not booth.
Right.
It was demoed there, but you had to go to like the Asmodee little retail area and you could pick that up. The other thing that I needed, there was 2 things that I needed to pick up. One for my supervisor and one for sort of the folks here. One of the, it's gonna be for Dad, but went to a place called Fez-O-Rama. So proud people who are listening to this video went, what? Fez-O-Rama? Yes. Well, it's a place that sells fezzes. If you don't know what a fez is, if you've seen the Shriners convention, stuff like that, they're fezzes. You know, the little hats and whatnot. I'm going bald, so I'm not going to do anything like that. Anyway, there's one with a dragon on it that I got, and then there's one with a bat on it that we got, and they threw in some Fez-O-Rama coasters there as well. What was interesting, we got to talk with the proprietor, the main guy who started up the company with his business partner. It was really interesting because he used to make them for friends because he has a degree in fashion design and things like that. And he would go to these different places to show off art or whatnot, and they'd be wearing these fezzes. And people would come up and say, hey, are you selling the hats? He said, but this is my art here. He said, no, we want the hats. Are you selling the hats? And eventually, X number of times I'm asking about that, they decided to create their own company about selling fezzes. And they're all hand done. They're not what he says. I have no reason to doubt him. But they're all done by hand, and they gear up throughout the year. They will make stuff for Gen Con over the year. So if you head to Gen Con and you think you want a nice little hat, then please go get a nice little hat.
Don't talk about that with hats. That's scary.
We're going to talk about that in a little while there. Let's see here. Oh, there was another game that a couple other things that we demoed here. Kess Games. They have a game called Boss Battles, and I demoed it a little bit here. I did play a bit of HuMei, was sort of watching everything like that. There was something else about the booth that caught my eye, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. But it was Boss Battles. It has lots of different bosses to fight against each other. When I was playing against the guy who was demoing the game, I was a giant robot, he was pirates. I think there's a distinct disadvantage. But still, what you do is you move your boss around, you can create little minions, and then you get upgrade cards and action cards, and at the beginning of your turn you roll dice to determine what resources you get. There are 2 in the game, energy and crystals, and those power how you move or create minions, anything like that. It was pretty interesting there. And the guy said, he was spread, I can't go easy on this guy. But eventually what we did was that didn't want to repeat someone having to wait there for 35 minutes or more or something for a demo or whatnot. So what we did was we said, hey, if this is basically how the game is played, right? We just beat each other until we have 0 health. He said, yep, that's it. Well, I didn't want to stay there that way they could demo it for someone else. Yep. And thank you for your time. But what really caught my eye was in the Kess Games booth, down there they had a logo for Contra, the old video game. And after I finished up the demo for this boss fight game, I spoke with the one gentleman. He said, I can't give you a lot of details on it because, of course, a licensed product. They will be having some more stuff toward the end of October, the beginning of November, and he's talking about how it does mimic like the NES games. So, yeah, he talked about how you have your characters, all the weapons that you remember from the old game, you'll have that, you have the Red Falcon, all that kind of stuff. I did get a couple of little bits of information what he could give away to me, and he said that there's going to be 4 characters in the game. I think it was Paul and Vince. Think of the name of the 2 characters. Yeah, I'm looking at you and you don't even know. I think it's Paul and Vince were the 2 main characters. They had someone else from like a later game, and he said, they're trying to redo it to be not so sexy or something like that. I don't know. And the last one is a new character, and it'll be there's some tactics to it, but it's a fast-playing game kind of thing where you do have to think about it. There's some strategy in it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of information that they have. We got the card because, hey, look, if they wanted, especially when it came to this boss fight game, if they wanted to get the word out, we did get the information that way. We could take it back to the store, gave them the business card. So he said, go on over to Blacklight, and that's another partner of theirs. Went out there and spoke with another gentleman who was talking, hey, look, this is, we're sort of half on duty from, Neverland games and whatnot. If you want to get this out, you want people to demo stuff, here's the card, kind of thing like that. We didn't want to take up too much of the time because it's the last day of Gen Con, everyone's getting tired, and he probably has better, other things to
more important things to do at the moment.
Yes. And then, let's see here. Oh, what we did was we stopped at, we also stopped by Chessex, the dice company and whatnot. Chessex, you can go out and buy a combination dice, single dice, but another thing they're famous for is that at Gen Con and all these conventions, they have these large ends at their counters, which is like a big plastic cube without a top there, which is filled with dice. And what you can do is that they either have a mug or they have a pitcher. And what you can do is you can actually scoop dice out and buy it by the mug, or you can buy it by the pitcher. They don't let you keep the pitcher or the mug.
And one thing I noticed is if either one of those, if you do it where you sit there and pick out each one, it costs a certain amount. If you just say, I'm going to scoop it and go, they're like, that costs a lot less. Yeah. They actually cut the price way down just to scoop it and go.
I bought a one and picked the stuff, the dice that I wanted. So I got like a mug full, but I got like 4 D3s, 3-sided dice, because D3s, I needed a couple of them a couple of times in the games that I played, but every time D6 divide by 2, round up, just roll D3 kind of thing. That's what I really want to do. But you also picked up something at Chessex.
Yeah. I got a special die. It's a D20, just that unfortunately where the 20 is, the 20 rubbed off. Can you see the 20?
For those who can't see, it is a blank D20.
Every side that doesn't have a number is a 20.
Yeah.
You roll that. I get good die rolls now.
You roll that in my game, I'll make you eat that die. Okay.
You get stickers to put 20s on all sides.
Yes. That was Chessex. Okay, and I have it in front of me, but I didn't have once again.
And while we were at Chessex is when I got into, or while you were at Chessex.
Oh, when I went to Chessex, what did you get there? What did you get to do, sir?
I got to go and get the rest of the pins for Settlers of Catan. And if you completed all 5 of the pins that you were supposed to get, you got a robber sheep. I got a robber sheep pin. And I also had the card to come with it. I filled it out. And it said they're running some sort of raffle or something like that later.
Yeah.
I always got that in my email address. So
Yeah, they were running another contest too. You get a demo and you get a card of one of the resources, wasn't it?
yeah.
Something like that. I don't know too much about it. Someone else will
Yeah,
probably
well,
know
if you
about
did
it.
that, if you got depending on what, basically, if you collected like, in the game, if you collect a brick and a lumber, you can build a road. Well, with that, you got a certain pin. And there were other pins you could get, but you had to sit there and demo to get the card. And then demo again to get another card. And the more you demoed, the more pins you could get.
Yeah.
But we ran out of time, or I would have taken all that stuff.
So yeah, one of the things I'm thinking of doing is I need to, like I was telling HuMei a while ago, I actually had a little button pressing machine. Oh, what?
We forgot one of the first things we did that was very, 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 very important.
Okay, what was that?
I met Krabick.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I met Krabick.
Yes. What happened was we were sitting outside. Well, you know what? You go ahead and do that since it was your thing.
Well, just we're sitting outside, and I had just said, "Man, I'd really like to see him." But I really didn't figure there's much chance I'd get to catch him. And sure enough, we're waiting outside, and the Krabick Live was going on, and he's like walking around the thing. And I'm like, I can't get back there to him. And
yeah, when he was in.
And I'm like, I want to see him. I want to see him.
Yeah. Well, what he was doing, he was going by the various booths, and basically, we've been to the exhibitor room enough. We're probably said, yeah, he's probably right. It's like, hey, is that the cool mini or not? It's probably right there. He's like, FFG. He's probably right over there, kind of thing. So, yeah.
We get to FFG, and I'm like, do you know where? And he says, you mean him? And point over. And I went over, and it was him, and I'm shaking a hand, and I'm like, and we just started talking about Star Wars role playing, or Star Wars Legion and whatnot, and it was so cool to meet this guy. It really was.
And we did get you got a picture with him.
Yes.
And then what I'll do is I'll have him send that to me. I'll put this up on the screen.
Yeah,
right
I totally geeked out. I admit it. I just geeked.
Yeah, I was really. He's like, I want to be. I was like, oh, this is great. You got to
and
take
he
a
even
picture.
said, while we were talking, he said that he had seen a thing go through.
Like, where are you?
Saying about where, and he said,
I'm going to be doing demos.
So I'm like, so we were like,
and I did, and I barely know him. I don't watch a lot of miniature stuff like HuMei does, especially when it comes to Legion. There, did ask him a couple of questions. He seemed to be a very nice guy, and we said, well, thanks for your time, because there are people who were waiting there to. Not so much waiting there, but people were coming up, and he was introducing himself. It was like, hey, you know what? It's time for him to do his job.
To be fair, at the game store, I'm responsible for learning about certain games. And anything I get an interest in becomes a part of my thing. And I enjoy Legion, I enjoy X-Wing. Krabick does videos on those, and he gets that open boxes, or box openings before I can generally see them. So, I will watch that stuff so that I can tell everybody else about it. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten to where just watching that, I'm like, oh gosh, this guy is so awesome. I'd like to meet, because he seems to be right on top of it. And yeah, he's there going like, yeah, well, of course, he doesn't work for FFG. He has no connection with FFG other than they know he enjoys the game. They know what he does with the game. And they're like, hey, you want to come help us out? And demo?
He said, I was going to be there, kind of thing, so
why not? Mm-hmm. I do not believe in any way that would disqualify anything you say, good or bad, against any of the stuff that he does with FFG with their products, because he is his own person. But hey, the chance to be asked to go.
Didn't he have like a modified figure or something he had?
He had that. And that was actually done. It was done for him over Star Wars Celebration. Someone had, which was right around April Fools. Somebody had made up a miniature of him in Clone Wars armor, or in the Stormtrooper armor, with 2 nunchucks, because he's big into the nunchucks. And they were supposed to be laser nunchucks, and he had it painted up, and it was on the table there. Yeah. I'm like,
and he said he proxies it for something else, but still, it's pretty interesting just to have that there.
And they made it up for him, so it's the head actually looks like him. So yeah, he's got himself on. He has his own figure on there, and yeah, I'd be just there like him. I got my figure.
So yeah, once again, I was happy that he actually got to meet one of the guys that he does that and got his picture and all that and got to geek out and speak a little bit. So yeah, I was there just got to take pictures, just waiting. I should have taken a video of him doing all of that. But once again, like I said, I asked him a couple of questions just about his relationship and how he got into it and all of that. And, you know, the main thing was saying, hey, if FFG has, do they ask you to come or do you ask them or how does it go? Well, you know, it's a little of both. So if he can help out, and then, since they know that he has a following kind of thing, they do that as somewhat a service for fans, but also for the creators of that kind of content, that kind of thing. Another thing we stopped at was Cyanide and Happiness has a new game out. It's on Kickstarter right now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was called Trial by Trolley, and we got to play like one little round of it, which was also good because it didn't demo the whole game. They just did like 10 minutes of it, which is pretty good. And it was you create teams, and what did the gentleman say? He said basically you have been a trolley conductor for 20 years, no accidents, but today your brakes are gonna fail, and the whole goal is to see who or what do you kill or destroy instead of something else. So basically there'll be two teams set on each side of the table, and there'll be the conductor there, and then each of the teams on the side of the table will create. There'll be three different cards.
Who am I going to kill?
Oh no, there were two different cards about there. Like one that says, "Hey, look, there's a." My card was there's a balloon of cyanide that would be released into the air, kind of thing. Well, no, Ebola. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then there was something else about your future.
Basically, a Terminator comes back, or a future robot comes back to kill your mother.
No, that was on the other side. I was talking about there's you from 10 years in the future or something like that. In fact, basically you line up, and then the conductor determines who they want to kill or what they want to destroy. Those who weren't picked, they get a loser token. And then the other ones, they just continue. And then at the end of the game, when everyone has been the conductor, in other words, kind of like Cyanide and Happiness, Joking Hazard, or Cards Against Humanity, where someone is the judge, the conductor is the judge. So once everyone has had a chance to do that, then whoever has the fewest number of these lost tokens wins.
And I think it was all because the conductor didn't want to kill the flirt across the table from me. She was adorable.
Yeah, there's a little.
She was a little girl. It's adorable with the flirt kid in it. Yeah.
The one thing that I wanted to do since the first day ended is because I remember seeing this survival horror miniatures game. Just said 1 to 4 player survival horror. I'm like, where is that thing again? I walked by it. I didn't. Kept saying I have to come back to that. Didn't happen until today. We're just walking by. Hey, this is what I was looking for. Dimension Games. They have 2 particular games that look kind of neat here. There's Dawn of Madness, which, they look kind of similar here, and I need to get more information. Dawn of Madness, they have a Kickstarter coming up in September 2019, and they have another one called Celestial. And the Kickstarter is coming early 2020. And they did have some miniatures on sale and whatnot, but they sold out a majority of them. Now, if I would have remembered where it was, I probably could have got something earlier. But I didn't, because I forgot. So, they have some really nice models. A lot of them are, what can I say, they're literally grotesque.
Right.
I mean, we're not talking about full-on gore or anything like that, but it's almost like nightmare fuel kind of thing. I pointed out one and said, okay, whose idea was it to give me this nightmare fuel? And there's a picture of this lady's head with these it's about that big, and I'll put a picture up, and it has like these snakes or tentacles coming out, and it's actually chasing this guy in a diver suit, and he's like a lot smaller. I'm like, whoa, geez. So it's kind of like H.R. Geiger meshed with steampunk, Lovecraft kind of thing like that. So what I'll do is I will put the links to the Kickstarter page kind of thing at the bottom, but you can probably go to Dimension Games as well.
By the way, in reference to that, I will sleep in the car tomorrow because I am not sleeping tonight.
And I think that pretty much does it for day 4 here. We came back early. We left at about 3 o'clock, 3:15, something around
it
there.
was 3:30 when we actually got the car got pulled out. We were
Yeah, it was 3.
yeah, we were quite a while loading stuff up in the car.
Well, actually, not as much as we were yesterday. I don't think, because you bought like 2 things,
Yeah.
and I bought a couple of things, and those were last minute goods. And there's nothing that really took up a lot of space in the cart or anything like that. So overall, what was your impression of the 4 days that we got to spend at Gen Con instead?
4 days of goody, but 4 days of I'm so stinking tired.
Oh yes, tired. Legs hurt. We probably walked a couple of miles in this. Oh, and then you did get to pick up 2 souvenirs for one of the deacons over at your church right there. So
yeah, I got a deacon. He's a big Colts fan.
yeah. And what we need to
got some for him.
And one of the last, very last minute things I need to get is some either keychains or refrigerator magnets for people back in the office. So I will try to get a bunch of those tonight because we're due to drive back to the East Coast here tomorrow morning.
Yep.
What we're gonna do is right after recording this video, we're gonna go get something to eat and we'll come back, relax a little bit. Then so what time is it right now? Right now? What time
It is
5:30. 5:30. Yeah. So we'll come back after we eat and pack up as much as we possibly can. And then we will be hitting the road once again at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And after that, I got to go to work on Tuesday. So I'll probably go home and then,
I'll be back at work tomorrow too. As a matter of fact, I'll probably be giving Tony the day off.
Tomorrow? You mean the day after?
Or on Tuesday,
okay.
Because normally Monday is my day in there alone. And he's been covering the whole week while we're here. So yeah, I'm going to make sure he gets some time off too.
Yeah. Yep. So I think it was far more enjoyable experience. Because once again, we didn't take a shuttle bus or anything like that, which actually turned out to be fortunate. If we I believe we referenced this in the first day's events. But just to recap on that, we were able to drive downtown and park at parking garage, and
it wasn't hard to get there. It was not rough at all. It was actually very nice.
Especially have GPS, and everyone has GPS in their phone.
And I'm going to say this about the people in Indianapolis: they are the friendliest people I've ever seen when it comes to crossing a street. They're always looking out for people walk. You cross the crosswalk, but they don't have no problem with stopping to let you go, or And of course, we obeyed the lights and whatnot, but still, it was like there was none of this. Oh, I'm going to try and get past before this person. None of that. It was like look out for the pedestrians and the people of Indianapolis. I want you to know I appreciate that, and I really think the world of you all.
Oh, there's something that we did get to sample yesterday, and that was a place called Hot Box Pizza.
Oh yeah.
It was called the Tater Quest Pizza. We only ate like only 2 slices of it, and they weren't really big slices. It was sliced tater tots, red onions, bacon, mozzarella cheese, and then
ranch sauce.
Yeah, and ranch sauce. They didn't use tomato sauce. They actually used ranch dressing as a sauce. It was pretty darn good.
I'll say this. I don't know if I'd want it all the time, but for a once in a while thing, I got it. I took a picture of the recipe. I'm going to take that home and see if some of my pizza joints home do it.
Oh, you know what? Well, we can go by one of the pizza places and say, hey, can you make this up for us? So we'll do something like that. Otherwise, I don't think there's a lot over, but once again, just to go back on this, being able to drive downtown served another particular purpose. Once again, was that if our carts got full, we could walk back to the
vehicle,
the SUV that I'm using, basically. We could pack it all up, empty out the cart that we have there, and just walk it, go back to the convention center.
Another thing that was really nice was, unlike last year, we had to wait until the shuttle bus came.
Yeah.
If we wanted to leave a little early, we could just go.
Yep. And that's when we're coming back today from the convention center, we were talking. HuMei and I had mentioned that, hey, maybe we should fly out like next year, some other year, something like that. I said, well, you know what? That might benefit it, but if we don't have the car, how are you going to transport all the stuff you're buying? And when I said all the stuff, go back and take a look at all the stuff we purchased.
Right, I'm looking at 4 bags that I think will just about fill the back of the...
There's an Arcane Wonders bag. What's the other bag there?
I don't even know what the red bag is.
Yeah, what's in the red bag? What's the red bag?
Chip Theory Games.
Chip Theory Games because you got that. And there are two FFG bags right there, right?
Well, actually, it's one FFG bag that was just sitting there empty.
Oh, okay.
Full FFG, the big Star Wars bag, and I got my backpack, and I got the new backpack I just bought. Oh, and our clothes, our bags. So yeah. Oh.
And what I'll do is that maybe I'll take a picture of it. Maybe when we go out to dinner or whatnot, and I'll just put it up. What we did is that both of us actually had a cart this year. If you saw the picture that we had for the video for last year, it was just one red cart. Well, I brought mine as well. And what we decided to do was, hey, it'd be nice that if we got like two little chairs, to sit down instead of sitting on the ground all the time. We got two little chairs. Thing is that whenever I sat down, and sorry to say this, my crotch got numb. I do not know why.
That's because those chairs were so small. I'm thinking next year we might have to get just webbing chairs, and we'll find a way to hook them to the side. Which will be a lot nicer.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, what were those kind of. Well, no, we have drink holders too. Mm-hmm. Then also, I was at CVS and I saw these little fold-up tables that I got as well. We didn't use them as much as we thought we would, but they served in a pinch. But we had those as well. That way,
we had a couple meals at them.
Yeah, we just folded it up and just basically we sat in our little chairs there, folded it up, put it down. We could put our plates down or whatever it is, and you can see a lot of people were sitting on the ground with it in their laps or holding it up and eating it standing up. So that was something that we learned from last year that we got for this year. Now, it's a couple of the things that we wanted to keep in mind for next year, and I'll probably just have to review this video again for the next year that we go. One of the things I have to go ask is for perhaps at Family Time Games if they have any empty boxes, because that way you can effectively pack the stuff in boxes
instead of the
bags, because you can probably save more space. You can fold up the bags and do whatever you need to do with them. So next year I'm going to probably get a couple of boxes and put them in the back seat, and then of course just bring some packing tape with me and scissors. That way we can just tape them up the bottoms when we're leaving. The other thing to do is bring a first aid kit. HuMei accidentally scraped himself in the face here with a whatnot.
Band-Aid.
So there's a Band-Aid there. So no, if you noticed it, I did not hit him or anything like that. We're just saying it's an old war wound from
That was trying to get the Clone Wars box.
Oh my God!
I want the guys who we got them for to know I have bled for you.
Oh yeah, you can do that when you go back tomorrow. Yeah, hey, look, it's like, what happened there? Well, you should have seen that fight for that Clone Wars starters. And apparently, I think yesterday and today, they actually, at least yesterday, they did have a couple more for sale. And one gentleman explained it how if there are people in the tournaments, there were some reserved for them, so they could purchase it if they wanted to. If not, I believe just went back on the shelf.
Went back on the shelf.
So, what was it? Something else that I was thinking that we needed to think about for next year, but eventually that'll have to come for next year. I thought it was far more entertaining. It was nice to be able to take time to enjoy what we can have, the opportunities that were available. Once again, we got a couple pictures with some interesting individuals like Kravik, and then I also got to, once again, and I'll put, if I didn't put the picture up already, I did get to take a picture with the creator of Kingdom Death, things like that. Those kind of things are like really nice. And one of these conventions, when they have these designers here, you get to meet them in person. Actually, yes, they are, real people, to speak like that. And everyone seemed to be really nice. There was a lot of commotion. I don't think anyone really a-holes or anything like that.
Right.
So, once again, I'm looking forward to next year here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make up some buttons or something like that, and then give them out to random people or something like that. So, any last minute things that you'd like to add for the order of the meeting, sir?
No.
Okay then.
At all.
Okay then, everyone. So, if you've been watching this video, thanks for tuning in here. I hope you enjoyed the content here, see what was going on. Maybe get some ideas for things you want to buy, or perhaps if you want to go to Gen Con, we'd love to see you here. So, if you're going to be going next year, drop us a line or something. We'll get together and do lunch or whatever it may be. So, thanks for tuning in this afternoon. evening, night, whenever you may be tuning in. And I hope you're looking for our next video in the future. So this is Edo and
HuMei.
So signing off here, everyone. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.